We're coming to you live from the Tessie Tree Bleu taxi rank. This is Community Connected. This episode is sponsored by Star Ghana with funding from Danida, UK Aid, and the European Union. Let me turn my attention now to Mr. Ofori Deborah. Good morning, sir. Welcome. Good to have you.
I'm fine.
Mr. Deborah, so I'm looking at the guidelines that you yourself have set up for yourself. And interesting things I find in the guidelines. For example, it says the major aim of the guideline, as you have it, is to minimize poverty among all persons with disability, particularly those outside the formal sector of employment, and the enhancement of this social image through dignified labor. Correct?
Yes.
How have we done this? Have we been able to achieve this?
Yes, I can say that to a very large extent, we have been able to improve the lives of persons with disability, especially those within the category defined. As we are talking now,
would you want to put a percentage to it?
Well, I will not be able to give a statistical data.
Why not?
Because so far we have not been able to undertake evaluation of those who have actually benefited from this facility, but I must also indicate that numbers of them have benefited. As we are talking now, many of our brothers and sisters in the tertiary institutions, for example, most of them are getting support from this facility.
Right.
And also, I must also say that some of them who did not have anything to do because of the fact that they did not have capital to start any form of business, these people have been given support, and some of them are actually doing well.
If I come to you and I say I need a sewing machine, electric sewing machine,
yes,
and I put a value to it, say 1,200, on the market it could range between 1,000, 1,200, 1,500, and I peg mine at 1,200 and I come to you, would you still downgrade it? How does the downgrading come in?
No, it's not downgraded. Here, you need a sewing machine, an electric
in your municipality is not downgraded.
Yes, in our case, we present the report to the assembly, and then it passes through procurement, and then we get it and give it to you.
Mr. Ofori Deborah, I'm looking at number 3, Article 3 of your guidelines that for the disbursement of the fund. It says B, communication on DACF. It says the office of the administrator of DACF shall in each quarter furnish the NCPD, which is your organization, with allocations made to MMDAs and their corresponding percentage for persons with disability. Have you received any report from Mr. Botti as we speak? He's the fund manager. At least in the last quarter, did you get a report from him?
No, in fact, the reports have not been forthcoming from the district.
Why not?
We put pressure on them, especially the secretaries to the fund manager, who are usually the social welfare officers. We are expecting them to prepare a report to the council, but only few districts actually obliged to this kind of demand from them. I must say that much has not been achieved in this direction because we actually depend upon reports that we are able to undertake in some of the districts.
The report is not ready because at our last sitting, the assembly requested the secretary to make it available to us, but it has not come yet.
So I'm looking at the fund management committee. That's 4 of your own guidelines. It says each MMDA shall form a special committee, Disability Fund Management Committee, for the purpose of managing the DACF for persons with disability. Composition: 1. District Representative, NCPD. Chairperson, Social Services Subcommittee. District Director, Department of Social Welfare. District GFD Representative. Co-opted technical members and the committee as they deem fit. This is the committee. They are all part. And the report cannot come. I'm not happy. Are you happy?
We are to be the recipient, but we have much problem with the assemblies because they are not keeping to this provision in the guidelines.
How are you making sure that they keep to their provision?
We have been communicating or writing to the assemblies demanding this.
Have you been punishing?
No, I don't think the council has the power to actually sanction the assemblies. But I must also indicate that the fact that we are not receiving reports from them does not mean that the money is not unaccounted for, because it is assemblies' money and it's subject to auditors' report. So auditors have been working on it.
But your guidelines, which makes you board chairman, says disburse the money and give me a report. The reports have not come for 2-3 quarters, and you are not complaining.
We have been complaining. It's not like we don't. Yes, but we have been writing to the assemblies, because it is the assemblies that should provide us with the reports, because they do the disbursements. So we have been reminding them of this responsibility to always feed the council with the responsibility.
I'm asking this. I'm asking these questions because there have been instances where people have asked for, if you will, an upward upgrade of the 3% to make it 5%, because they say the 3% is woefully inadequate. How do we arrive at that upgrade if we don't have the reports forthcoming? Somebody would think that something is being mismanaged. I'm not there with you. You are the man in the chair. Is that not a fair assessment? It's not a fair comment.
No, I don't think so. What we are saying is that we are always on ground. We do monitoring from time to time. And we also receive reports from our individual beneficiaries. Okay. The only shortcoming is the fact that we don't have material reports from the assemblies. But when it comes to being on ground and hearing what is going on or observing what is going on, that is not lacking.
Let's go to Mr. Maxwell Kwabena Jima. He is the Municipal Coordinating Director for LEKMAN. Chief, good morning. Happy New Year to you. Please pass your microphone to him. Good morning. Happy New Year to you. Mr. Jima, where are the reports?
Yes, I think with regard to the reports, I have the secretary to the committee who can speak to that better. Okay. So if I'm permitted to give it to
Yes, why not?
Thank you.
Secretary to the committee, please tell us your name and...
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Good morning. What's your name, boss?
My name is Enoch Afotodai.
Okay. Happy New Year.
Many happy returns.
Where are the reports?
As a matter of fact, the funds, we are supposed to receive the funds quarterly.
Okay.
And disburse the funds on quarterly basis.
Absolutely.
But the funds do not come as they were supposed to come quarterly.
Okay.
So anytime we have a disbursement or anytime we do an assessment and having a disbursement, we invite officials from the NCPD. We invite officials from the NCPD. So the last one we had in December, an official from the NCPD came.
Okay.
And we gave him a copy of the assessment report.
Okay.
Both soft and hard, together with the list of the beneficiaries.
And this was report for which period?
For the December disbursement we did.
Okay, but it's done so that was for the last quarter of 2018.
So then anytime we have an assessment, we invite them. So when they came, I think we had one in July, last year July. When they came, we gave a copy of the assessment.
So how come the fund manager has not seen the report, and you, the secretary, have the report, and it's been given to NCPD, and the fund manager doesn't know? He is the man at the helm of affairs. How come he doesn't have the report? You have the report. NCPD has the report. Mr. Deborah said he doesn't have your report, and you say there's a report. I'm curious to know.
He wouldn't get the report.
The manager.
At the grounds of the disbursement,
okay,
he sat with the NCPD official. So they called me to. So I brought a copy, and so the man even gave me a pen drive.
What is the line of reporting? He is the fund manager, so if a report is prepared, he should be in copy. Correct? Correct. If a report is prepared of a fund that he manages, Mr. Botti manages, he should be in copy. Alomi Mali. If you prepare a report and he is the fund manager and it concerns disbursements that he has vetted and made of beneficiaries that are in queue, he should be in copy of this report, correct?
I think we do give him copies of.
But he doesn't have the last report you gave out to the NCPD. And I'm saying that's wrong. Do you agree with me?
I agree with you.
So why was he not in copy?
I usually always give him copies of the assessment reports.
But what happened in the last instance? Why didn't he tell me? Tell me as your brother. What happened? Why didn't he have it?
I should say there was a lapse.
There was a lapse on your side.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So what promise can you make to us moving forward? What's your promise to us moving forward in terms of the reporting structure?
The right channel must be followed in the reporting line.
I'm grateful.
You may get about 3, 4, or 5 co-opted members on the committee, which vis-a-vis, they may not serve the needs of the people in the disability fraternity.
Okay, so but it doesn't say one co-opted member. What I see is as co-opted members.
Yes,
that the committee deems fit.
It is as and when their presence may be needed on a particular topic that they are going to discuss on the common fund.
Technical knowledge.
Yes.
Right.
It has never come to our notice, because what I know is that it makes provision for co-option. And for co-option, we are talking about technical people who are to advise on technical issues.
Will you investigate this?
Well, as soon as we get official report to that effect, I will.
For More Hope for Disabled Foundation, we are not happy about the way the LEKMAN Disability Fund is being running here.
Why? Why are you not happy?
We are a group of disabled who knows what we are doing.
Okay.
And therefore, when we write to the assembly to write to our members what they need to do, because our main aim as an organization is to try to alleviate the street begging from our community. Therefore, More Hope for Disabled Foundation is there to ensure that every disabled have something to do.
So why you know?
As a group of the disabled, we can write on our letterhead that we need about 5 people to be assessed and giving them what they need to stand on their own.
Okay.
But they say no, it doesn't work like that.
As individuals.
Individuals.
When you wrote, what happened?
When we wrote, they give only few and left the others behind.
Usually, if you are a group, we expect that if you have a program to, let's say, educate or sensitize persons with disability or give them some form of training, you can then apply for. But in the case of my good friend who said his organization applies for the money in bulk, I think that I will advise that the organization should rather support the members to apply in their individual names, so that at least their identities can be established.
Right. The Teshi Link Road, the dusty nature, how it affects healthcare, how it affects persons with disability. And we'll go back to persons with disability. What is the status of that project?
The contract has been re-awarded, and the contractor is at site now. So we're hoping that any month from now, work will be started, and for that matter, that problem will be addressed.
This answer for me is not satisfactory, Chief, with all apologies, because I've been following that project for over 10 years. Then subsequently, we had a contractor move on. They started, the contractor went away. We went to chase the contractor. We were told that it was owed some 7 point something or 14 million, something like that. Then the contractor came back on site. He started a few things, and he's vanished again. Where is he?
The contractor has been awarded the project, and he's at site.
But he's not there
so
now.
As to whether...
But he's not there now. You know that he's not there.
No,
now.
he's there.
No.
Just that the work has not started.
Oh, but if he's
as an assembly,
if he's on site and there's
no
no
one
work.
thing you need to know that as an assembly, we need to provide him site to accommodate his equipment, of which we've done. So if I tell you the contractor is at site, then I'm talking something current.
Yes. Because architectural infrastructure and integrity of the road is weakening. That's more cost to the taxpayer, because I know that this contract was re-awarded to him last year, and I've been in talks with the MP because I've been on his neck, and this man is not there putting asphalt on the street, watering. There is a problem. Do you agree there is a problem?
Yes, I agree with you perfectly. But the point is, if it's last year, which month of last year? Which month of last year? I think it's somewhere in November.
I'm sure that the pregnant woman who had miscarriage because they were driving on that higgly road to the LEKMAN hospital would not want to hear what you're saying now.
But what I'm trying to say is the contractor is aside, and we have, as an assembly, given the place to accommodate his equipment.
Does he have funds? Do you know if he has funds? If
that I can't tell.
Oh, but he's coming. You have kept his things. So on what condition did you keep his things? That he's coming
that is assembly's responsibility.
That he's coming to store his
as
things.
To whether he has the funds or not, is neither here nor there. Our responsibility as assembly is to get the contractor a site. It's to keep his equipment.
Are you disturbed about this situation?
Very, very disturbed.
How disturbed is disturbing?
Yeah, because like rightly said, the pregnant women are dying. They are, dying out of this type of road and what's wrong. So I'm disturbed. It's affecting my work. And when it happens like that, as an assembly, we spend a lot.
So you insist that he is on site?
Once the equipments are there,
the kind of
in any case, there should be preparation.
Okay.
In any case, there should be preparation towards doing something. Okay. You understand? And I'm taking that maybe the contractor is preparing himself to come back to site and start work.
You have an engineer in your department. What has the engineer told you as municipal coordinating director?
The project was awarded at the national level.
So
it comes with engineer and consultant as well.
I agree. I'm saying that an engineer and a consultant and a contractor are working in your vicinity. Your engineer is not in how the work is being done, because when they are done and they have packed their bags and they have gone, it will affect you.
No, for now, we cannot agree that our engineer is not or to helping or something.
No, but you said that it doesn't concern. You just said that it doesn't concern.
No, the way you put the question.
Okay,
that's what I'm trying to explain to you, that the structure is said that when the project is awarded at the national level,
okay,
it goes with, or it comes with the consultants from the national level.
Right.
It comes with the supervisory and every this thing.
Right.
Yes. So it is when the work is ongoing, that is where our assembly engineer can also, in a way, supervise or monitor and then report same.
Have you seen the new contract?